So my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Good morning,
sir.
students.
Good morning, sir.
So one question was for checking the condition for that year is leap year or not. That means you are given a year, then you have to check whether it is leap year or not. Leap year or not. So how to check? The screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So how to check? Suppose the year is Y. Whatever the year, whether it is 2000, suppose it is 1996, it is 1900. Sahil Bihari, don't write anything on the screen. Suppose any year you are given, you will give to the computer, you will enter that year, and the computer will calculate, check whether the year is leap year or not. So what is a leap year? In which year one day is extra day, and it is added with the month of February. So if a year is given, how can I know? Only one input is there. Suppose 1900, 2000, 1996, 2021, 2020, like this. So how can I know that whether it is 365 days or 360 days, 66 days, or February is 29 days or 20 days? I cannot know all these factors, but I can know whether this year is divisible by 4, because we know in each 4-year leap year comes. Isn't it? Each 4-year. But when it becomes 100 years, then it is not a leap. So if I write, if the year is divisible by 4, that means when I divide by 4 and the remainder is 0, then we can say it is a leap year. But, or we can write and, this and or this symbol and, right? But year is not divisible by 100, not equal to 2. When I divide y with 100, the remainder is not equal to 2. That means it is divisible by 4, but not divisible by 100. It is a leap year. For example, I am taking 1996. It is a leap year. It is divisible, isn't it? And not divisible by 100 also. So this is a leap year. But if I take 2000, it was a leap year. 2000 was a leap year. But here, your condition, whatever you have written here, becoming false, because you are written here, the year is divisible by 4. Yes, it is right, because last 2 digits is 0. It is completely divisible by 4. But you have written that year is not divisible by 100, but here, year is divisible by 100. So how can I say this? This is a leap year. Anyone from you can say the correct answer. What should I write in the condition box? Because this was the condition before 2000. When the year 2000 came, so this condition becoming false. That means, so in each 400 years, again this condition will not true, because In each 100-year, whether it is divisible by 4 or not divisible by 4, whether it is divisible by 4 also, it will not a leap year because it is divisible by 100. But if it is divisible by 400, then no need to write all these. So the condition is like this: either this will be true or y percentage 400 is equal to, that means if year is 4 divisible by 400 completely, then no need to check this. Otherwise, you have to check this. Either you have to check the year is divisible by 4 completely and not divisible by 100. This is one condition. Otherwise, the year is divisible by 400 completely. Clear? All of you clear? That's why 2000 is a leap year. It is divisible by 4, divisible by 100. So this condition becomes false. But this condition is true. So when one condition is true, false, another condition is true, and we are operating OR operation, then it is true. Because in case of OR operation, any one is true, it is true. Any one is true, it is true. But in case of AND operation, if both are true, then it is true. So here in this case, it is divisible by 4. 2000 is divisible by 4. True. 2000 is not divisible by 100. It is false. So true and false. It becomes false. And here y or year is divisible by 400 is true. So false or true, it is true. So when we have to write the algorithm or we want to draw the flow chart, we have to write like this. Number 1 step, start. Step number 2, enter the year, or you can write enter the year. Direct. Enter the year or enter y. Number 3, you got the year, then you can check if y is divisible. We can write in language also. Y is divisible by 4 and y is not divisible by 100, both, or y is divisible by 400. This is a total one condition. Then you have to display y is a leap year. Otherwise, display y is not a leap year. All of you clear? Number 4 step is stop. Now can you draw the flow chart? That means everything is same, but here in this case, this term, this total term will be written inside the diamond shape box. Clear? All of you clear?
Yes.
Any doubt on this? You can check by taking any year whether this algorithm is working or not. Yes. Next one was you have to check which is the largest number. Which is the largest number? There are so many ways to check whether a number is largest. Which number among 3 numbers are largest? largest among three numbers. Numbers means these are not the real numbers, these are the natural numbers. Suppose A, B and C are three numbers.
क्लास बाहर पड़े माले कॉलेज रे एडमिशन करियर न काय भीतर पड़ले
Restarting. Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Suppose three numbers are A, B and C. You have to check whether A is greatest, B is greatest or C is greatest. If I write, suppose these three are distinct numbers, no similar numbers are there. If I write A greater than B, it is one condition for checking A is greater than B or not. A is greater than B or not. So if it will be true, can I say it is the largest? If A greater than B is true, then can I say A is the greatest one? No, because I have to compare with C, because C is a number also. So if A is greater than B, again I have to check whether A is greater than C. If this is true and this is also true, I can say A is greater than B as well as A is greater than C. So A is the greatest. A is the greatest. Suppose A is greater than B is true. A is greater than B is true. But A greater than C is not true. That is false. That means what? A is greater than B but not greater than C. So which will be greatest in this case?
C.
Very good. Clear? Suppose this one is false. This one is false. That means it indicates that A is less than B. It indicates that A is less than B because we have taken the distinct numbers. If A is greater than B is false, it indicates that A is less than B. Or you can say B is greater than A. Both are same. If A is greater than B becomes false, it indicates that B is greater than A because you have taken three distinct numbers. All of you clear?
Yes,
Then
sir.
we have to check B greater than C. If it is true, then B is greater than A as well as greater than C. So B will be the greatest one. Suppose this one becomes false. This one becomes false. That means B is greater than A but not greater than C. So what will happen? Which one is the greatest? B is greater than A but not greater than C. C. Very good. So this is the complete process. If you can write all these steps in a systematic way, then you can write the algorithm. So here, how many inputs are there?
3.
Very good. Step number 1, start. Step 2, you have to enter the three numbers, three integers, or A, B, C. Clear? Then you have to check what? In the step number 3, you have to check what? if A is greater than B, if A is greater than B, again check if A is greater than C, then display A is the greatest. Clear? Otherwise, here you can write if A greater than C, then display, you can write then display or only display. Otherwise display C is the greatest. Here this if becomes completed and if you can write and if. Otherwise what will happen is don't write this here and if, but this if has not been ended. So otherwise, that means what? This is one part, this part is this. If A becomes false, otherwise if B greater than C, this means, or this otherwise means what? B is already greater than A. Display B is the greatest. Otherwise, display C is the greatest. Here this if ends and if, then the first if also, and here second if. Then step number 4, start. All of you clear? See the process again, whether you are understanding or not. You put any 3 numbers and manually check whether this algorithm working or not. You take any 3 distinct numbers and check whether this algorithm is working or not. Then only you can be clear. Can you take any 3 numbers with examples? Okay. You tell any 3 numbers. Hello.
Yes, sir.
You tell any 3 numbers.
20, 40, 60.
20, 20, then
40, 60.
40, 60. Yes. 20, 40, 60. So here A, this is A, this is B, and this is C. A greater than B, it is true or false? 20 greater than 40, is it true or false? 20
False.
greater than false. Very good. So it will come to this position, that means 40 greater than 20. It will come to this position by discarding all these steps. It will not go inside this if body because the main condition becomes false. So it will go to this, otherwise A greater than B, otherwise what? That means B greater than A. So it will check B greater than C, 40 is greater than 60. 40 greater than 60. It will be true. or false? True or false? For t greater than 50, true or false? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. 40 is greater than 60, true.
No, sir.
False.
False.
False, sir.
False. Then it will come to this position. The display 60 is the greatest. Any other three numbers? You tell any other three numbers?
10, 12, 13.
10,
12, 13.
same thing. 10, 12, 13, same thing, because you are sequentially telling this one is the smallest, then this. Suppose I will take 10, 15, and 7. Right? So 10 greater than 15, false. 10 greater than 15, it becomes false. So to come to this 15 is greater than 10. 15, again check, 15 greater than 7. Yes, true. Then this will be executed. B is the greatest. 15 is the greatest. Then suppose you will take 10, then suppose then suppose this is 8, suppose 8, 10, 8, 15. So 10 is greater than 8. Yes, true. So go to this. Then 10 is greater than 15. No, come to this. 15 is the greatest. You can check with any three numbers. It will work. Another method is also there for checking three numbers whether they, which one is the greatest. Suppose arbitrarily I can say greatest, suppose G. I take a variable container and keep A at there. Suppose max, I am taking max. So max equal to A. A is the maximum value. So if I will check A, sorry, B is greater than max. Max equal to B. If C is greater than max, then max equal to C. Finally, display max. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Sorry, step 1 is the start. This is step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. So max, suppose max is any container, which will come to this, it will be the greatest one. Otherwise, I will tell which one is the greatest one, it will be placed here. Suppose 15, 20, sorry, 15, 10, and 28. A, B, and C. So arbitrarily, I will put A in the, I don't know who is the greatest one. So I'll take first one is the greatest one. Then I check with the this value with other two. So here I am writing if B is greater than max. 10 is greater than max? No. So if 10 is not greater than max, can I put 10 here? No. So the max value is remain 15 or remain the value of A. Then go to next step. If C is greater than max, 28 is greater than 15. Yes, then make max at the value of C 28. Finally, display the value of max. Display the value of max, that is 28. Any other three distinct numbers you can take as the example and check whether this algorithm is working or not. You take start, enter A, B, C, then max equal to A, step number 3. Step number 4, if B is greater than max, then keep B on max. You can write in this way. Assigning value, you can write in this way. Max assignment symbol in algorithm, you can write this, or you can write B, or you can directly write max equal to C in your mathematical symbol. Any one of the notation you can use. So max equal to A. Arbitrarily we put first number in the max. Then we check second number with max, whether it is greater than max or not. If it is greater than max, then it will be the greatest. Then check the third number, whether this one is the max one or greatest one. If yes, keep in on the max, then finally display max. Suppose 10, 8 and 7. I put 10 here. Check. 8 greater than max? No. So remain the max value 10. Then check 7 is greater than 10. No. The max value remain 10. Display max. So this is the simplest form. Both the formats. All of you got this both the formats? Or any doubt in any format, whether this format or the previous format? Any doubt? Hello.
Sir,
Am I
can you
audible?
send put on notes?
I'll share the note.
Okay, sir.
So in this problem solving things, there are no notes because what I am giving the question, I am giving the solution also in the class. So you can write all these things. Because in the problematic subjects, there are no theoretical notes. Whatever the notes required, I will share. So for checking largest among three numbers, what the note I will give?
Yes, sir.
In the class running note, you can write all these things. Another way is also there by combining two conditions. Suppose I can combine two conditions, A greater than B and A greater than C in one condition. If I write this, then A is greatest, otherwise C is greatest. Then in this way I can write three conditions. Clear? Any other doubt? Any other questions? So should we go for the next chapter or next method? That one is the iterative process. Repetition. A condition is there. Condition there. until this condition is true, it's satisfied. Until this condition is satisfied, a bunch of statements, a bunch of program statements, or a bunch of processes will be executed repeatedly. Suppose these are the bunch of statements, bunch of steps. I make it as a block. Bunch of, suppose these 5 statements, these 5 steps will be executed repeatedly under a condition. Under a condition. That means until this condition is becoming true, or until this condition being satisfied, this bunch of steps or this number of steps will be executed repeatedly. When this condition will be false, then the repetition process will be stopped. Clear? Iterative process means what? A step or you can write it. One or more steps repeatedly executed until condition is satisfied. When the condition becomes false, then the repetition process of repetition, or then the process of repetition is terminated, or you can write stop. Clear? It is a process. Iterative process is a process where one or more steps are repeatedly executed until a condition is satisfied. When the condition becomes false, then the process of repetition is terminated or stopped. How? Suppose I want to write an algorithm to display your name 10 times. So do you write the display statement 10 times? That means same statement is repeatedly done. Display, suppose I am displaying the name of Subham. Display Subham. So if it is 10 times, I have to display suppose it is 5 times. So display see, same thing is repeatedly executed, repeatedly done. Suppose I am counting. I am put a counter here. I am putting a counter here. Where counter becomes 1, display Subham. Counter becomes 2, display Subham. Counter becomes 3, display Subham. Counter becomes 4, display Subham. Counter becomes 5, display Subham. counter becomes 6, terminated. Suppose in the question it is given that you have to display it n number of time and n value is 5, suppose. All of you getting my point or not? Any doubt? I am putting a counter here, and each time it counts, I display Shubham. I am doing something repeatedly. So counts 2, display Shubham. Counts 3, display Shubham. Count, display Shubham. Count 5, display Shubham. Count 6, it becomes false. And value is 5. So it can count from 1 to 5 only. Mathematically, I can write C is always less than or equal to n. C value will be increased by 1, but up to n. When I value exceed the value of n, the process will be stopped because this condition becoming false. Now, see here, the value of C is modified by 1. It was 1, then 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 1, 5, 5 plus 1, 6, like this. So it is incremented, it is increased by 1. The value of C is increased by 1. So how can I write this statement mathematically? C is equal to C plus 1. New C value becoming the old C value plus 1. Previous value of C 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 plus 1. This is also repeated. So display Shubham is repeating as well as this one is also repeating. Until this condition is satisfied. So until this do this. Whatever I am telling, I am writing that. Until C is less than equal to n, do. But what to do? Display Shubham equal to C plus 1. Clear? So can you write the algorithm now? C step 1. So in this case, for displaying your name n times, you have to write like this. Start step 2. You have to take the n value. Enter the number of time you want to display your name, or enter the value of n. Enter n. Then step 3. You have to initialize the value of, you have to assign the initial value of C or counter. You can write counter also, counter is 1, or set counter is ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो, set C equal to 1. You can write this also.
So, so what will be the output if we initialize the counter with 0?
0 means 0 is less than equal to n or not. Suppose I want to
Yes.
display 5 times, it will display 6 times. And if you put 0, then you write here C is less than n, then it will work.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Yes. So in the step number 4, I can write what? Until, or I can until counter is less than equal to n. Do step 1 or sub step. Display and counter equal to counter plus 1. This is second sub. Then step 5 stop. Otherwise, I can write like this. Step 1, step 2, step 3 are same. Step 4, display Shubham. Step 5, counter equal to counter plus 1. Step 6, repeat step 4 and 5, step 4 and 5 until counter is less than equal to n. Like this also you can write. Then step 6 is stop. Step 7 is stop. This is step 6. Right. In the second format, step 1 is start, same thing. Step 2 is enter n value, same thing. Step 3, counter is counter set as 1, or I set counter as 1, same thing. Step 4, display whatever your name. Then step 5, you have to increase the value of counter. Step 6, repeat step number 4 and step number 5 until counter is less than equal to n. Step 7, stop. All of you clear how to write the iterative process? Or any doubt? Any doubt? Am I audible?
No, sir.
Sir,
Now, can you display from 1 to n numbers, or first n numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 like this? This algorithm is for displaying your name n number of times. Can you display from 1 to n or first n numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this? Try this. I am drawing the flow chart for this. Start. Enter. End. Set c equal to suppose 1 or direct c equal to 1. Direct you can write c equal to 1 or you can write c equal to 1. Same thing, right? Then if c is less than equal to n, true or false? This one is false, suppose this one is true. Then display Shubham. So if it is false, then direct stop. If it is true, another step is there. Writing that again. display Shubham, and you have to make C equal to C plus 1, then check whether C is, otherwise stop. Otherwise stop. Until this condition becomes true, this process will be repeatedly done. These two processes, display Shubham C equal to C plus 1, display Shubham C equal to C plus 1. When it becomes false, it will be stop. It will be stop. Suppose 5 times n equal to 5, C equal to 1. 1 is less than equal to 5, yes, display Shubham. C becomes 2. 2 is less than equal to 5, yes, display Shubham. C becomes 3. Again say 3 is less than equal to 5, yes, display Shubham. Make C as 4. 4 is less than equal to 5, yes, display Shubham. Make the value of C as 5. 5 is less than equal to 5, yes, display Shubham. Make the value 6. 6 is less than equal to 5, no, false, then stop. Clear? All of you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Any
sir.
doubt? Any doubt?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
So can you write the algorithm for displaying fast n numbers and draw the flowchart for that? You can write the algorithm for displaying fast n numbers. That means 1 to n. You have to display the sum of fast n numbers. That means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 up to n. You can display the sum of this series, sum equal to 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square, like this. You can display. So these 3 algorithm and flowchart will be the assignment for you. Display fast n numbers. You have to draw the flowchart and write the algorithm. Display the sum of fast n numbers. That means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to n. Then display the 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square, like this. So don't do this using this method, n into n plus 1 by 2. Don't use this. You have to do this using iterative process. Without iteration, you can write this direct by putting formula n into n plus 1 by 2. But don't write this formula for doing this algorithm. You have to write the iterative process. This one is correct, but this is direct formula. All of you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Whatever the assignment I am giving, you have to submit to me. You have to write in a plain paper, scan it, make a PDF one, and send to my personal WhatsApp number, right? So that I can know whether you are understanding or not. If you have any doubts, Anamika has submitted that. That's why I know that leap year